Nice presentation. Moving. Okay, so this time we focus on using technology for formative and summative assessment. Using technology for formative and summative assessment enhances the teaching and learning process by offering innovative tools to evaluate and support student progress. Now, it allows educators to collect data efficiently, provide immediate feedback, and make data-driven decisions, significantly improving assessment quality and effectiveness. So technology enables real-time formative assessment, which helps educators gauge student understanding during the learning process. Tools such as Kahoot, Google Forms, and quizzes uh, allow our professor to create engaging quizzes, polls, and surveys. These platforms provide instant feedback to students, helping them identify areas for improvement while teachers can adjust their instruction based on the student needs. Technological tools like adapted learning tools or platforms like ng Khan Academy or Dreambox offer personalized formative assessment, and this assessment adapt question and activities based on the learner's performance, ensuring that content matches their skills level, such customization support, mastery learning, and keep student motivated. Summative assessment designed to evaluate learning outcomes at the end of an instructional period are also enhanced by technology. Platforms like Moodle, Blackboard, or ExamSoft facilitate digital testing, ensuring consistent delivery and streamlined grading. Technology allows for various formats, including multiple choice, essay, and case studies, providing flexibility in evaluation methods. And to give us more details about the topic, let us all welcome our presenter. Go ahead.
Thank you so much, Doc.
Okay, go ahead, sir.
Okay. So, good evening, everyone again. Once again, I am Raymar Matias, and I am the discussant for this topic, specifically on using technology for for formative and summative assessment. So, but before we dive into our main topic, I would like you guys to create a simple reflection on, for example, you are an educator and you are dealing with diverse students that needs different learning styles, strategies, and imagine without technology in this technological driven world, it would be a challenge for us to deliver the needs of our 21st century skills. And because of that, this report will highlight some positive evidences, benefits, and innovations that would help us facilitating the learning process of our students in the future. So, first of all, this is the flow of the discussion, the structure. First, the introduction, understanding formative and summative assessments, technology for formative assessment, technology tools for summative, and the last part will be the benefits, the challenges, the strategies, conclusions, and the recommendations. Okay. Uh, uh, we need to understand first the concept of assessments, though we already took the subject assessment of learning. Again, this is just a refresher. So assessment is a fundamental aspect of educational process. According to Stevens of 25, assessments provides a critical insights into students' learning capabilities, instructional effectiveness, and curriculum alignment, meaning we are measuring the level of understanding and the coping of our students in their lessons. So the integration now of technology in informative and summative assessments has transformed, traditional methods, evaluations, and because of that, it enables us a more dynamic, engaging, and data-driven approach. That's according to Cuban of 2001. Okay, now let's delve into the two assessments or types of assessments. Number one is formative assessments. So when we say formative assessments, it refers to the ongoing evaluation of student learning during the instructional process or during the discussion. And it also talks about its primary aim to monitor the progress of students and provide a timely feedback to our learners for improvement. So examples are quizzes, polls, class discussions, and peer assessments. That's in the traditional way. Later on, we will be discussing the digital landscape or how we utilize technologies in the following assessments. Second is summative assessments. So in summative assessments, it evaluates students' learning at the end of an instructional period. So typically throughout the lesson or throughout a chapter. So nagkakaroon tayo ng final projects. It could be objective, subjective, or standardized tests. And it is used to gauge the overall achievement or determine the effectiveness of the educational programs that we are conducting to our students. Okay. Now, let's talk about the technology tools for formative assessment. Okay. Number one is what we call the LMS or the Learning Management System. So we coined the term LMS because again, it gives us the platform, the organizational platform of each educational institution. So when we shifted from the traditional method during the pre-pandemic to the pandemic time, a lot of universities, either in the higher education down to the basic education, shifted to online modalities, and some of them have utilized or adopted LMS. So one example is the platform Google Classroom, where in Google Classroom, you are not just you are capable of conducting classes, discussions, posting of assignments, monitoring, submissions, and even you can also conduct exams there, wherein you can connect the Google Classroom to your Google Forms or any tools that you can generate assessments. So aside from Google Classroom, you also have your model. Canvas is also an LMS because this methods support real-time formative assessments, and features include quizzes, discussion forums, and assignment submissions. So from the word discussion forums, yes, we can actually create discussion even if we are not on a synchronous basis in Google Classroom. Actually, one method is when you create a post and then you will require your students to create responses or reactions. So nagkakaroon pa rin ng discussion forums even if the mode is asynchronous. Okay. What are the benefits of having LMS in our educational institutions? Number one, immediate feedback, easy tracking of student progress. You can easily identify if may mga kulang ba sila or what are the lackings of students or how do they um, emerge themselves from the first assessments down to the summative assessments. And of course, customizable assessments. I believe that online assessments are inclusive. So, you can deliver the method to, again, diverse learners. But again, in all innovations, there are challenges. And number one, it requires digital literacy. Not everyone has the capacity or resources in utilizing the platforms, both teachers and the students. And one more problem probably is the connectivity. Not everyone has the connection, especially if the LMS needs internet connection. Okay, so that's LMS alone. So these are the following platforms that we are utilizing. So we have Google Classroom, Canvas, and Moodle. Okay, next is online quiz and polling tools. So applications like Kahoot or Quiz Socrative, or Mentimeter, it also allows educators to create an engaging quizzes and polls, or in other terms, it is interactive because they are utilizing not only words or text, but they're also using multimedia elements and the quizzes. So nagkakaroon ng engagement, nagkakaroon siya ng parang gamification and the assistant learnings. And that's a good thing, especially if we have a hard time asking their engagement in the assessments or in the discussions. So what are the benefits? Again, it's interactive. gamified learning experience and increase student participation and engagement. And what are the challenges? It also risks for overemphasis on service level. But overall, especially if you're dealing with students in the basic education, siguro, this would really help them it would really help you to get the attention or the engagement of your learners. Okay, so these are the following platforms that we can explore in the future and we can utilize in our classes also. Okay, interactive whiteboards and collaborative tools. I hope everyone has the resources in utilizing interactive whiteboards or LEDs or televisions. So because again, tools like Padlet, Jamboard, Nearpod enable students to brainstorm in the classroom, or they can create collaborative activities utilizing whiteboards, interactive whiteboards. But again, I think if all public schools, private institutions can acquire this material, siguro mas advanced yung approach ng mga teachers compared to other countries that are now utilizing more advanced technologies. But again, these are existing and working technologies for the learning process or learning experience of our students. Okay. What else? Adaptive learning software. So I heard Doc mentioned earlier about IXL, Khan Academy, EduPuzzle. It provides personal learning experiences with adaptive questions that adjust based on the student performance. So meaning it is customizable and at the same time it is adaptive to the need of the learners. So it is tailored to individual learning needs, supporting differentiated instructions. Okay, so these are Khan and EduPool. Now let's talk about the tools for summative assessment. So what are the tools for summative assessment? Number one, online testing platforms. So I know some of you are familiar with the following software. So we have ExamSoft, Blackboard, and ProctorU. Pinaka-familiar ako dito sa Blackboard kasi when I was taking my previous academic engagement in our school, we have been utilizing Blackboard as a tool for assessment and at the same time as a learning management system. So these platforms are very important and innovative. So if I remember, I think our school is utilizing Orange App as our LMS also. Okay, what are the benefits? Automated grading, enhanced security features, and of course, efficient result compilation. The data management is easier when we are utilizing online testing platforms. Compare it if you are going to check hard papers and traditional methods. So those are some of the benefits. So this is Blackboard. Okay, what else? E-portfolios. Okay, so e-portfolios is when you ask your learners or you as a teacher educator, you can create or utilize these e-portfolios to manage your information, your materials, or your discussion. So number one is Wix.com. Wix is I would say at first it is an open source website wherein you can create web 1.0 or static or interactive website without having the knowledge of coding, because again in Wix you will just design and upload the data, but again there are I think there are limits wherein you need to pay if you want to create your web page more immersive. Just like in Canva, of course, there are free softwares, but if you want more interactive, you have to pay subscriptions. But again, these are good tools for us to compile and create our portfolios for our students or as educators. So holistic assessment of student growth, and it also enables reflection on self-assessment. So that's e-portfolio. So this is how it looks like when we create our own or our learners e-portfolios. Usually in my class, I also ask my students to create their e-portfolios to compile all their projects or even their electronic articles and everything. So that's one thing or strategy that we can utilize. And then followed by data analytics and reporting tools. So we have Power BI, Tableau, and LMS Analytics again. It also teachers provide insights into students' performance, trends, and learning identification of learning gaps and customized intervention. So usually, ito yung sa data analytics, it talks about how data-driven is in the decision making of the learners. So that's one. And I think we have the last um, element, and that is game-based assessment. Again, platforms like Minecraft Education, this tool helps us or helps our learners to be more engaging. It engages students, encourages problem solving, and measures learning outcomes in an interactive environment. Again, hindi lang nakahasa yung comprehension ng student. They are also being immersed to what creativity, critical thinking, and problem solving when they are utilizing this platforms. For example, in this case, Minecraft Education. Okay, so this is Minecraft Education. Okay, now what are the evident challenges in utilizing technology-driven tools for summative and formative assessments? Number one is digital divide. So again, I mentioned earlier that not everyone has the capacity to utilize the platforms. So inequitable access to devices and the internet can exacerbate existing educational inequalities. Second, technical issues, limited resources, the system glitches, connectivity problems, and softwares and errors can disrupt the assessment process and affect their reliability. But again, technology is immersive. It is converging. So nag-i-improve siya as we go along. And that's a good thing that we are adaptive to what we have now. Third is academic integrity. I think that's the most challenging part in all academic institution. The potential for cheating is there in online assessments in a major concern, prompting the need for robust proctoring solutions. So in other schools, I don't know what are their approaches in conducting online exams, but again, nasa strategies yan. How will you still preserve the integrity of your assessments? And lastly, teacher training, digital literacy. Effective use of technology requires adequate training, probably, and digital literacy among educators. But I believe, annual naman merong annual trainings for especially in educational technologies. But again, I believe that we need more extensive trainings, especially in content producing, because again, we are dealing with 21st century students, and they are now more on interactive methods and learning process. Again, kasi yung attention span nila masyadong um maiksi, and we need to preserve their engagement in the classroom. So what are the benefits? Number one, enhance engagement motivation. Gamified quizzes, interactive tasks, multimedia content could also help us in facilitating the learning process. Immediate feedback and personal learning. So technology enables real-time feedback and holding students understand their mistakes and learn immediately. Third, efficient data collection and analytics. Automated grading system, save time for educators and offer quick insights into student performing trends, especially those institutions who have adopted online grading system. So may sarili silang system wherein we don't need to use papers or grading sheet in the traditional way. So it also helps us in the data management or organization. And lastly, inclusivity and accessibility. Online learning has a big potential talaga in the educational sector. So you will observe not only in basic education, in secondary and even higher education, even if after pandemic they have shifted or adopted their online platforms, now they are offering an option to what study online or put their children online and study everywhere. So that means that it is inclusive and it is accessible for certain students. Okay, so again, we have to balance this technological advancement in education. And I hope everyone will utilize, and I hope the government will also train more technological-driven educators, especially in handling 21st century learners. Okay. I think that's it for my report, Doc. Thank you so much, everyone, for listening, and have a good evening, po. Doc, I'm done po with my report. Just in case you're talking, you're muted po.
Your screen is all the buttons and screen. The other file that you have in your program is called
Okay.
activity.
So,
This is where all the logic, all the programming goes to make your button actually have action.
one of the significant advantages of technology is automated grading for objective tests, no? Such as multiple choice or matching items. So tools like Google Classroom, no, or LMS integrated quizzes reduce the burden of manual scoring, no? Additionally, analytics features provide insights into class performance, highlighting trends, no, strengths and weaknesses, which can inform future instructional planning. Technology-based assessment promote inclusivity, no, by offering accessibility features such as screen readers, text-to-speech, and adjustable font sizes for students with disabilities. Moreover, platforms often allowed multilingual options and alternate formats, making assessment more inclusive for diverse learner populations. Despite its benefit, no, integrating technology into assessment comes with challenges. No, technical issues such as unreliable internet connectivity or software glitches, no, can disrupt the assessment process. In regions like the Philippines, no, where the digital divide is significant, educators must address barriers to access, such as lack of devices or insufficient digital literacy. Technology introduces new challenges in maintaining academic integrity. So, tool like plagiarism detectors, no, katulad ng Turnitin, no, and online proctoring system katulad ng Proctorio, no, have been developed to address cheating concerns. While these tools enhance security, they also raise questions about student privacy and trust, no, necessitating balanced implementation. So the future of technology and assessment lies in integrating emerging technologies like artificial intelligence and data analytics. So AI-powered tools can evaluate open-ended responses, provide personalized feedback, no, and predict learning outcomes. As this technology evolve, educators and policymakers must ensure ethical issue accessibility and alignment with pedagogical goals. So technology has transformed formative and summative assessment, making them more dynamic, efficient, and inclusive. While challenges remain, strategic implementation and continuous improvement will ensure that technology enriches the assessment process, ultimately supporting student success and enhancing educational outcomes. So I think that's it for this topic.
I double click on